Gift the remarkable with Marc Jacobs fragrances this holiday season. From the iconic Daisy and Perfect to the all-new Daisy Wild, Marc Jacobs perfume gift sets include everything she needs to feel special. From her favorite fragrance, plus the matching travel spray, holiday gifts don't get much more perfect than this. So if you're looking for a gift inspiration these holidays, gift the remarkable with Marc Jacobs.
Chronic migraine is 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for adults with migraine with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents, on average, 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Ask your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
1, 2, 3, 4. Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
movie.
Fun time,
go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go.
31 Days of the Dead. Day 28.
I am your host, Precious D, and with me today is my brother, Gabriel, the Texicano folk rock punk. Welcome back to the show, Gabriel.
Hey, howdy, folks. How you been out there?
So,
I don't think it's been a full year. Didn't I sit in for an episode here and there?
I think you did one of the werewolf.
No, I definitely did last Halloween.
Yeah.
But wasn't Hope sick or
I don't
didn't
remember.
I fill in for one episode?
I don't remember if that was this year. You
Yeah,
did at some point. Well, today we're going to talk about another Scooby-Doo movie since your first ones were so popular.
I guess, and I'm not even that big of a Scooby fan.
I know.
But I'm getting there.
But because our theme this year is zombies, we're going to talk about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, which is significant in Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Loo?
Scooby-Doo.
Is that the dog on
Skip to my Lou.
Whoville? In Whoville?
Yes. Scooby-Doo lore, history, whatever, because it's the first direct-to-video movie.
Oh, okay.
It's not the first movie-length thing they did. They tried a couple of those on TV over the years, but this was the first direct-to-video one, and now they put out a couple of them every year.
I thought the significance to the lore would be the fact that they were real zombies.
It's not the
They were
first
real
time.
ghosts.
It's not the first time they did that.
It's not? Okay.
No, but we'll get to that. No, there was a series. It is the first time the whole gang's been back together since like one episode of. There was a couple of Scooby-Doo series that were like just Shaggy and Scooby, or just Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne.
And then there was a Scrappy one.
Right. So the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries episode, A Halloween Hassle at Dracula's Castle, was the last time the whole group was together, including Scrappy-Doo.
Okay.
This is the first time, except for Scrappy-Doo, this is the first time.
Thank God Scrappy-Doo was not in this movie.
I know. But the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo was Scooby, Daphne, and Shaggy, and there were these 13 ghosts.
Okay.
They never got to the 13th ghost. But they made a movie sequel years later where they finally got to it.
Why didn't they get to the 13th ghost?
I guess it got canceled or didn't get renewed. Maybe they were saving that for the second season. And
it was a series. Okay, I was thinking it was, right.
No, it was a series.
I missed that it was a series.
No, each episode there was
a new ghost.
Yes,
Vincent. But they only got 12 episodes?
Vincent Van Gool, played by Vincent Price, set them on this quest for these. I don't remember. I guess they got loose and they had to go catch them. I don't remember.
But these were real ghosts.
They were real ghosts. Yeah, they were real ghosts.
Okay.
So here's my problem with this movie. I am a Scooby-Doo purist, and I prefer when he sticks to his original premise that there's always a rational explanation.
Right.
So I get annoyed when there's real supernatural shit.
Well, I mean, knowing that 13th ghosts occurred, clearly they decided that wasn't canon or something. Yeah. Because this was Daphne's complaining in the beginning. It's always a guy in a mask.
Yeah. Well, they
had never encountered.
Yeah.
In this universe.
Yeah.
You know, of the multiverse of Scooby-Doo world.
Yes.
They implied they had never ever encountered a real supernatural.
They've never been sticklers for continuity,
right?
In these from one series to the next. I mean, they never mentioned Scooby captaining a team in the Laugh Olympics either. So,
I love Laugh Olympics.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
Yeah, the Scooby-Doobies. I think they were the Scooby-Doobies.
I don't remember what they were called. I remember the really Rottens. That was
they were either the Scooby-Doos or the Scooby-Doobies.
Okay.
Anyway, Google it, folks. So I have mixed feelings about this. I remember when this came out. I don't know
what was the year?
Oh yeah, let's do some stats here. It's from 1998.
Okay.
It's 77 minutes. It's directed by Jim Steinstrom. Screenplay by Glenn Leopold. And the cast.
Did you notice your guy Mark Hamill's in it?
He's in this one? Oh, yeah. I think
one
I did.
of the voice actors.
I believe I did. He's in it. So the first 4 of these direct-to-video movies are kind of connected. They're sort of the same design and continuity and stuff.
Okay.
And I think Mark Hamill's in one of the other ones.
Well, I watched through all the credits, wonder if there was going to be a post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, there kind of was. It was just Scooby saying something and then you know, the circle zooms in.
Right.
But it was clearly animated in Japan.
Oh.
All the names of the artists were Hiroshima, you know.
Yeah.
One of them might have actually been Hiroshima. I don't know if that's a person's name. That was the first Japanese word that came to mind, and that sounds horrible. But, yes, all very clearly Japanese names, which just called me... You know, when you see an anime film, you're like... And it has subtitles, like, oh, yeah, that was drawn in Japan. The whole time, it seemed so American.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That I'd never... And so I saw the credits, didn't even think about the idea that it would have been shipped overseas.
I think there was a time...
Probably cheaper.
Yeah, I think there was a time when a lot of, and maybe still, that even if it wasn't anime style, it was still being animated in Japan.
Right. Well, there's not a lot of hand-drawn shows anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, our voice cast is Scott Innes as Scooby-Doo, Billy West as Shaggy Rogers. Billy West does a lot of voice work, but you'd most recognize him from Futurama.
Who's he in Futurama?
He's Fry and Fry's grandson, Dr. Farnsworth.
Dr. Farnsworth is Fry's grandson?
Yeah, he's his descendant. Even though he's older because of the whole time travel thing,
I never knew that.
He's his descendant. I think that's how I believe that's the case.
I've only ever casually watched Futurama.
Yeah. Billy West has done it all.
Yeah, I found that interesting when I was watching the credits because it was Casey Kasem forever.
Right.
And I thought it went straight to Matthew Lillard.
No.
I didn't realize there was... I thought Matthew Lillard directly inherited it from Casey Kasem. And clearly he did not.
They went back. Well, at this point, Casey Kasem declined.
Okay.
Because he had become a vegetarian. And he wanted Shaggy to be a vegetarian as well. And they were like, that doesn't work for us.
And just because they eat so much?
Yeah, because that's what he's known. He's known for eating anything.
Right,
the idea
because
that
he's stoned, and so he's got the munchies.
Yeah, the idea that he would turn down any kind of food. But there was a point when Casey Kasem came back, so that he may have been temporarily a vegetarian.
Or he just needed the money and said, okay, it's a cartoon, and we're not eating real meat anyway.
Right. I don't know. I there may have been a point where Shaggy's eating all veggie sandwiches and stuff.
Right.
I don't know. And there's one version where Casey Kasem is playing Shaggy's father.
Okay.
Matthew Lillard's being Shaggy, but Casey Kasem's his father. Anyway, Mary Kay Bergman is Daphne Blake. Frank Welker is Fred Jones, and Frank Welker is the only original voice actor returning.
Okay.
B.J. Ward as Velma Dinkley. Adrienne Barbeau as Simone Lenoir. Lenoir, yeah.
As that name, you seemed excited about that.
She was a TV and movie star in like the 70s and 80s. She's in Swamp Thing. She was on Maude. She's Carnival. She's in Carnival. The Fortune Teller.
It's been way too long since I've seen that show.
Anyway, she's not a cartoon person. I mean, she's done cartoons, but she's like...
Right, she wasn't like primarily a voiceover.
Like Mark Hamill, somebody who's done other stuff, but now is doing voice work. Tara Strong, who does a lot of voice work, is Lena Dupree. Cam Clark as Detective Bo Neville. Jim Cummings as Jacques. Mark Hamill as Snakebite Scuggs. Jennifer Lee Warren as Chris, and Ed Gilbert as Mr. Beeman. So that's our voice cast. So the reason I have mixed feelings about this is obviously because it's real zombies. But on the other hand, it's so much better animated than the Scooby-Doo from when I was a kid.
Right.
And it's well done in general. It's just the quality of the work itself is just a level above classic Scooby-Doo. And so I really appreciated all of that and just some of the idea of them moving forward, that they're grown up now and they've gone on and done things and now they're getting back together, which we got in the live action movie, some of that.
Right.
But
they're
less
not perpetually 16 years old or whatever.
Yeah. So I enjoy all of that part of it. I just didn't care for the there's ghosts and zombies and werecats.
There was a lot
and
going
voodoo and a nameless cat god.
We live in a world where there's no supernatural to, we got everything.
All of it is on this island all at once. So I don't want to go through the whole plot, but it starts off with Daphne and Fred. Daphne's now got a big TV show and Fred's her producer. Shaggy and Scooby have gone off. Are they working in the airport in this one?
They're custom made. The first second I saw it, I was like, you turned into a narc?
Yeah.
You
well,
potheads.
not very good ones.
No. And they still made it like it was a big wheel of Gouda cheese or some kind of cheese and food. So like they were playing it off as, people were taking food and they were sniffing out the food.
Yeah.
And that was the contraband?
Yes.
But there's always been the unwritten, speculations about, Scooby snacks being weed cookies. Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, man, you guys are stealing.
Yeah, they're working for the TSA, the customs agents.
Right.
But they eat all that. Well, there are foods you can't bring through.
Sure.
You're not supposed to bring certain things.
Because they can carry parasites and...
Right. Or it just hasn't gone through the same FDA things that food here would.
As far as processing and cooking.
Yeah. But they ate all the evidence.
They ate all the evidence. But, I just didn't like it. I didn't. Yeah. I felt betrayed that, okay, you're now corrupt. You're now the worst of the worst. That you're taking it, seizing it from people and saying, you can't have this, but I can.
Okay, well, I mean, they're just...
I know, it's Scooby.
They're a couple of hungry slackers.
Right. I shouldn't make a big political thing out of it. Just the second I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, you guys are the worst. I'm like, they're taking it to the thing, they're going to eat it, and then they ate it all.
Right. And Velma owns a bookstore.
Mystery bookstore.
Which makes sense.
It does.
She's not working that one. She owns it.
Well, she was working, though.
No, I mean, but
she's also the owner.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just saying that I don't want to get too far ahead, but that's going to be an issue for me in the sequel to this.
Oh, okay.
That it's important to remember that she owns a goddamn bookstore.
Okay.
She's not working at someone else's bookstore.
Right.
Just that they're grown up. Well, Scooby and Shaggy have jobs, but they're not grown up.
Well, they have
probably get fired.
They did get fired.
Yeah, because
they
haven't grown up. Because they haven't fucking grown up.
They call, right.
Yeah. So Daphne is being interviewed about her show. What is her show to start with? Because it turns into In Search Of, but
yeah, I can't remember what her show. It was still something to do with
mysteries and
mysteries and paranormal.
Anyway, she decides it's always a guy in a mask. I want to find a real ghost. Why can't I find a real ghost? Because they're not real. That's why. But they go on a quest to find a real ghost, and so they start making. I think their show might have been something else, but they start making a sort of a ghost hunting show, but it's still always some guy in a mask. Until they get to Zombie Island, Moonscar Island, named after the pirate.
Yes.
Who was a ghost and a zombie?
Yeah, he was both. I mean, I guess they all were. They were ghosts until they got freed, and then they became zombies.
And then their bodies came to life.
Right.
So their spirits went back into their bodies, even though they were dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's. I mean, I guess you could be a ghost and a zombie at the same time if such things. Your spirit could be running. If ghosts were real, your spirit could be running around loose, while at the same time your body had been reanimated.
Right.
And you could be like two separate.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. I mean, why not?
But yeah, so on this island that they get invited to, because it's some chick that kind of likes Fred, but maybe not. Maybe she's setting him up.
Well, she does say later, "Oh, I did like you," once they're actually set up.
Yeah.
But yes, they have to sacrifice souls on the harvest moon.
Yes, that's why they
every year, and so she sees them and immediately goes, "Oh, these people are."
They're not only werecats; they're immortal werecats.
Okay, yeah, that just was. I was like, "What the hell?" Because they were talking like we were settlers, and we were worshiping our cat god. Like what?
Yes. The nameless cat god.
Right.
They never say what
the cat god.
They don't say, like, I think Bast is the Egyptian cat god.
Okay.
I think. They never give it a name. And I'm sure there's plenty from other mythologies that you could.
Yeah, just there's such a history of. I mean, I guess they didn't want to make it the devil. You know, they weren't devil worshippers.
Yes.
Because it was still.
But they didn't want to.
Like the Velma cartoon.
Yeah.
The new one is clearly aimed at adults.
Yes.
This was still a kid's cartoon.
Right.
So, I mean, it's late 90s.
Yeah.
You know, Satanic Panic and all that kind of stuff. There may have been, well, if we make it so far-fetched, it's these cat gods.
I mean,
now it's kind of.
I mean, it's sort of aimed at kids, but there is also a nostalgia. And part of the reason they made this because of Cartoon Network, Scooby-Doo was getting more popular. People who had not seen Scooby-Doo were or either hadn't seen him in a long time or had not grown up with him, or now growing up with him, now getting introduced to Scooby-Doo.
Sure.
And that's what made them think there might be money in making a new thing. And apparently it did very well. They sold it for $20, which was a bit much at the time. And it sold well.
What do you mean, like the DVD?
No, DVD. The VHS.
The VHS, right.
The VHS originally. And then, followed it up with a sequel pretty quickly.
Oh, I thought it was much later.
No. The sequel, The Return to Zombie Island, was much later. But
but you're saying
another direct-to-video,
right? Scooby Adventure.
Yes, that is meant to be following up on this one. That is the same character design, and you know, they're old.
And storyline.
I don't know if they
make Return to Zombie Island like episode 5.
No, Return to Zombie Island is the first of these direct-to-video movies.
No, Zombie Island.
Zombie Island. Yes, I'm sorry, Zombie Island.
Right. So is Return to Zombie Island, would that be the equivalent of like episode 5 or 6?
No, it's
in their new universe.
No, because it's a whole. I mean, we'll get to that.
There's no through line there.
There is, but there isn't. There's a lot of they fuck it up. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Again, too much going. That was in '99.
And it was a real witch with real ghosts?
I believe so, yes. Okay. At least these first 4 direct-to-video are all, well, one of them's like aliens or something, but it's all, there's something, it's not a guy in a mask. Right. Whatever is happening is really happening. I believe those first 4 are all meant to be part of the same continuity. And then I think they just, each one may or may not refer to other ones, and they come out constantly now. Every year there's at least one, but possibly more than one.
Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
They come out on DVD. They come out on streaming, whatever. And there's been several, whole series.
Right.
There's always some series going on. So yeah, these pioneers who worshipped a cat god settled on this island, but then they had a conflict with some pirates.
Yes.
And killed them all, or sacrificed them. I mean, they killed them, but they made them part of the sacrifice to the.
Yeah, you became immortal because you.
Yeah.
Well, no, the pirates chased all the other settlers into the bayou.
Right.
And the alligators ate them.
Yes.
Which I was like, wow, for a
so
kid's
there's
cartoon,
some of the,
this
yeah.
is pretty.
There's some of the ghosts.
Gruesome. So the two of them are the only ones who survive.
Right.
The owner of the house, Sophia.
Yeah, Adrian Barbeau.
And her buddy are the only two who survive.
Yeah.
Laura.
Simone Lenoir and Lena Dupree.
Lena.
Yeah.
Simone and Lena survive, and then they.
But also Jacques. He's also a werecat.
Yes. Well, he comes later.
Yeah.
But those two survive. They seek revenge and kill the pirates and take their souls.
Right.
Which is how they live to be eternal. And then they just decided at some point, the old man wanted to be immortal.
Yeah.
So they just picked him up somewhere along the way, realizing, oh, now we have.
They're a flunky.
Yeah, they're Monkey Boy who, go into town and bring people back for them to.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means. It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop early holiday deals now.
To slaughter.
So, so like every year they have to do this?
Yes, every year on the Harvest Moon.
Okay, which is...
That's a lot of killing.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the cop was now there.
Right. Because he was investigating all these disappearances. People
Correct.
go to this island, they never come back.
Yeah.
So, it's great. There's also freaking cartoon voodoo dolls in it.
There are also voodoo dolls.
I was discussing this with Jed on another episode, that apparently voodoo dolls are not actually part of voodoo.
Okay.
There are traditions that use, dolls that are sympathetic magic involving dolls, but voodoo itself doesn't really use voodoo dolls.
So it just became something
somehow,
that exists through fiction.
I don't want to say they never used it, but it's not common.
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a prevalent part of the
right. It
religion.
Just somehow got attached to it. And these are the total cartoon voodoo dolls where you can make someone fucking fly.
Right.
If you pick up their doll and move it, you can defy gravity. You can pin them to the wall by pinning their doll to the wall.
So what got me, it's Louisiana.
Yeah.
No African Americans.
No.
We did not get a single one.
Right.
Interestingly enough, what did you just say her name was? Lena? Lena, when she first appears, just seems like, maybe she's Italian,
Yeah, she's kind of dark.
You're right.
Swarthy.
But then, once she's standing next to the white lady, Sophia, for the first time, you could even see in the drawing, she got a lot darker all of a sudden. It could be just, like the Joseph Albers color theory. That when you saw her directly next to this lighter skin, it made it appear darker.
Right.
But it seemed like the actual ink itself was a little bit darker. So she was supposed to, I guess be of mixed ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
But, the detective, the boat captain,
right.
The other guy who's just on his boat fishing.
Right.
Any of them could have been
non-white,
yeah.
but
I was amazed that
in Louisiana, probably black.
Even in '98, it was still so white, especially being in Louisiana.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo so white.
Right.
Hashtag Scooby-Doo so white. Of course, on Velma, only one of them's white.
True. Yeah, I mean they went in the other direction.
Have you watched Velma?
I have.
I didn't realize the second season had come out until it was.
Oh, I don't know that I even finished the first season. I just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't clicking with me.
Yeah, I watched the whole season.
And I don't care that they, recast it.
Yeah.
was trying to make it more diverse. Shaggy bothered me a little more.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
Just because he's such an iconic character.
He doesn't act like Shaggy at all.
Right, and he just wasn't like at that point. Why not just write a whole new story with whole new characters?
Well, I think the idea they might be going for is like this Shaggy hasn't tried pot yet.
Okay.
But maybe.
So is he going to in season 2?
I don't know. Because the dog's not in the first season. But let's not get on too much of a tangent.
Wait, Scooby isn't in Velma?
Mm-mm. But they reference a Project Scooby. That I think what the reveal is going to be that the dog has been genetically engineered in some way, and that's why he can talk. But they're going to find him. I know.
It's a cartoon.
I know. I don't need
Just
it.
keep it a cartoon. Yeah. The dog talks. Okay, move on.
Yeah, but no, we don't.
And I like. Is it Mindy
Kaling? Yeah.
Kaling.
Yeah.
Okay, ING.
Yeah.
I like her a lot. In general, I liked her in The Office a lot and other stuff she's done. I just wasn't feeling.
Yeah. No, I
wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I wasn't mad about it. Like some people were.
No,
mad.
Yeah, people were
mad.
I don't give a shit. It's a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think also people who were mad about it. Well, I mean, we know the real reason they were mad.
Sure. Yeah.
But Scooby-Doo purists who were mad, like like I said, I'm a Scooby-Doo purist, but I understand that he's gone through many permutations.
Right.
And they made one with some swearing and.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's for adults.
Right.
But they've done all kinds of other crazy shit too.
Did they finally make Velma lesbian? Because it's just always, she's definitely
it goes
been
back and
by the
forth.
lesbian
It goes
culture,
it goes back and forth. It goes back and forth.
Okay, because she's interested in Fred at some point.
That particular Velma is, I would say, is probably bi.
Right, in the new one, you're saying.
Yeah, okay. But no, there's a one of these Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movies that's for kids, where Velma straight up has a crush on, the new person that they meet.
Right. Okay.
So, but there's other ones where she's Shaggy or dating, and.
Well, in this one, at the end there, she was interested in the gardener turned detective.
Yeah.
Clearly. I didn't like how they kept Daphne and the guy. Fred, yes. We're both attracted to the counterparts.
Right.
To the gardener and to the lady. And they kept doing that back and forth. I'm being jealous.
Yeah.
Then you've been doing this TV show together as the only crew person for over a year.
Yeah.
Get y'all's shit together.
Right, yeah. Are you together or not?
Yeah. Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It just kind of bugged me.
Yeah.
This situation hasn't already occurred 100 times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, the thing is, in the original show, all of that was really not even implied, just sort of inferred by the viewers.
That Fred and Daphne were
together?
That
Fred and Daphne are together, that Shaggy and Velma may or may not be together, that none of that was overt at all. We all just make assumptions as viewers.
Right.
But,
it's a kid's show.
No, yeah, exactly.
Need to be a whole lot
and
of
it was
romance.
exactly. It was very much a kid's show, so nobody was getting with anybody. They were all just friends.
Right.
And my theory was, and this goes with the Scooby being Fred, Shaggy being a stoner. My theory was that they were following the dead, and that's why they were always on the road.
They're deadheads.
The Grateful Dead, yeah. That's why they were constantly on the road. They were never at home. They were always traveling somewhere in their van.
Right.
So, and if I'd been making the live action movie, I would have confirmed that.
I was surprised. So at the end, what I did think was kind of cool, or just an interesting take, was that the zombies end up being the good guys.
Yes.
When they're like, "Oh, we're being chased," like, no, they were just trying to warn us.
Yeah, about those crazy cat people.
I can't think of another instance of where, in a film or zombie lore, that they end up being the good guys.
Yeah.
And they're actually trying to be helpful.
So
I liked that about it. Because it was just an interesting take on the genre.
I think the lesson in this is that you must be wary of both good-looking women and rich people.
Yes, absolutely.
Plantation owners.
They will get you.
Pepper plantation owners.
Right. I was surprised, though, for it being a kid's cartoon, and, clearly it seems at the time was being marketed. At the end, when the zombies are freed and the cat people are killed, and it's just like flesh dripping off a bone to become a skeleton.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this is for kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they've all seen worse things by now, and
Yeah.
they can watch any horror movie they want on their phone. But for the 90s, when you had to get a VHS or something intentionally put it in, I was just surprised that it was that graphic.
Yeah.
For a kid's movie. I mean,
Which
it's
is
supposed to be scary, but like I could see, a 4 or 5-year-old in the 90s getting really scared by that.
Yeah.
Not today, probably, but
I mean, you never know.
Just the amount of
you never know what's going to freak someone out.
That's true.
So, but that is part of what I do appreciate about this, even though it's not pure Scooby-Doo.
Was what?
Just that they would do that kind of stuff
with the zombies.
With the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That if you're gonna have zombies, then let's have zombies.
Right.
Doesn't one of them lose a limb at one point?
The zombies?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, they ripped the head off of one because they keep trying to take off the mask.
That was it. Yes, they ripped it.
And then they give it back to it and it puts his head back on.
That's right. Yeah. I was actually a little shocked, but I was like, oh my God, he ripped his head off.
I thought she was going to end up ripping his jaw off.
Right.
Was what I was anticipating in that.
Yeah. They're trying to take off the mask. His whole head came off. Well, Gabriel, we're rating things on a 1 to 5 brains scale.
I was curious if you were using brains for the zombies.
Yeah. So how many brains are you going to rate Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island?
The inner child in me will give it 4.
Okay.
As a grown-ass man watching it, 3.5.
Yeah. I got to give it a 3, all things taken together. Because I don't like that the supernatural stuff was real. Okay. But I do appreciate the quality of the animation. The idea
for the time period, the animation was great.
The idea that they've moved forward in their lives. I don't like the voodoo dolls in particular. Just stupid.
Voodoo dolls didn't get me. One of my favorite scenes to this day. Did you ever see Stardust?
Yeah.
It's got a Daredevil.
Based on the Neil Gaiman book?
Yeah, it's got a My So-Called Life Girl.
Yeah.
In it. What's her name?
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes. And it's got the guy who's Daredevil now.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
He plays, it's one of his first films.
Not Ben Affleck, the other guy.
No, the Netflix Daredevil.
Right.
Pacino's in it.
Yeah.
As a transvestite.
Okay.
Do you remember that part? That
I don't remember being a transvestite.
He secretly dressed up as, he was the pirate king.
Oh, okay.
Shakespeare.
Okay.
Because Shakespeare is scarier, but he actually was well read and dressed in drag. Then the crew finds out.
Right.
And they're all like, Captain, we've always known. It was no big deal.
Right.
But the voodoo doll scene in that, when she's making the dead guy sword fight.
I don't remember that.
Oh, it's one of the best sword fights ever. It's great.
Okay.
She's manipulating him, but he's all like,
okay.
So he's dead and barely moving around, but he's still sword fighting the other guy. Okay. It's an amazing sword fight. It's a great scene.
Oh, I'll have to rewatch that.
So yeah, even though you may not like voodoo dolls in story, I think like Princess Bride, greatest sword fight ever.
Yeah.
With the two of them on the mountain.
Yeah.
I would put this as my second greatest, in my mind, second greatest sword fight. And that was a voodoo doll.
Okay.
The main thing that just, voodoo dolls I didn't care about. The zombies and the ghosts, and it was a ghost that they saw at the house, but then it was the zombie. I just didn't care. Didn't bother me. I don't know why. It was the damn cat god.
Yeah,
it just annoyed
too
me.
much.
It was a stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even have to be. They didn't have to be a cat god.
Right.
It could just be the zombies.
Right.
And, we still steal their souls by the moonlight, but we're just a witch.
Yeah.
But that they had to transform into the cat. Yeah.
There's just way too much going on.
Right.
They just crammed too much.
That was when I was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I've gone this far with you.
Yeah.
Now you're going to throw this at me?
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So that's, would you say 3.5 brains?
Yeah.
I'm giving it 3 brains.
I mean, I guess 4. I don't know. I hate being critical.
So when I picked this, it wasn't streaming anywhere. But now it's on. Where did I say it was on?
I watched it on Fandango last night.
Right. No, because I bought that one.
Okay, but I think you had said it was on Hulu now.
Yes. Yeah. But not on. So there's a lot of Scooby-Doo on Max because it's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
And Warner and HBO are the same company.
Right.
But there's some Scooby-Doo other places. So right now, this one and the sequel are streaming on Hulu because of Cartoon Network.
Okay, that would make sense.
But Cartoon Network is also... There's Cartoon Network stuff on Max. Mm-hmm. But last time I checked, these two movies were not.
Right.
But a bunch of other Scooby-Doo ones
Well, but they've always done that of rotating stuff from Hulu to Netflix to Max.
Yeah. Well, but
because you're getting different audiences. You're making...
Yeah.
You're only going to make so much of it off of your channel, so now...
But I'm sure it's because it's Halloween, because it's October. Is probably why they it's probably why they pulled it back out and put it on Cartoon Network and Hulu. So there you go, folks. If you haven't seen it or you want to rewatch it, and you got Hulu or Cartoon Network through some other thing, that's where you can find it right now. Otherwise, you can rent or buy it on most of the other things.
Yeah.
Or check your local library.
If you're involved enough that you're listening to a podcast, then you can probably figure out
where to find it.
How to stream Scooby-Doo.
There you go, folks. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, please like and subscribe and rate and review and all of those things. Consider following us on Patreon, patreon.com/MMFTG. That's going to do it for tonight.
I appreciate you having me on.
You're welcome.
We'll be back in a couple days for the sequel.
Until next time, I've been Precious D. With me has been Gabriel. Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements. Please don't misuse science. We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go.
You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.